On the morning of December 18, 1995, in a village in India, people saw something shining in the middle of the fields. When they got closer, they saw a strange rifle that the villagers had never seen before. They were still in a dilemma as to where this rifle came from in the middle of the fields. When they saw 35 more rifles scattered around, the news spread. The whole village gathered, and the police also arrived at the scene. The matter became serious when anti-tank grenades were also recovered from a nearby pond. This incident took place in the Purulia district of the Indian state of West Bengal, where the issue of weapons falling from the sky has remained a mystery to this day. Welcome back to the videos of past empires, viewers. When the police searched the area thoroughly, they also found some broken boxes of olive green color that were tied to a parachute. A total of 3 such boxes and parachutes were recovered from the area, but the police are still. It was impossible to understand who and why had dropped these parachutes here. As soon as we saw it, the matter escalated to the point that the army also came to the field. One thing was clear, that if the boxes were dropped by parachute, then this work must have been done with the help of a plane. It turned out that a plane had flown very low over the Purulia district at night. Perhaps this work could have been done by it. But who owned this plane, and why did it drop the boxes full of weapons in Purulia? These boxes contain about 300 AK-47 rifles, 9 mm-25 pistols, 2 snipers, 2 night vision binoculars, more than 100 grenades, and 16,000 bullets. The total weight of all of them was said to be more than 4 tons. The matter had now reached the media, and everyone was asking only one question: why and who dropped the 4-ton weapons on Purulia? An investigation was conducted, and one-day-old flight logs were seen. It was found that a Latvian Air Antonov AN-26 aircraft that had taken off from Karachi, Pakistan, passed through Varanasi, India, passed over Purulia in West Bengal, exactly where these weapons were found, and then exited Indian airspace over Kolkata. After exiting India, the aircraft headed to Thailand and landed in Phuket. But was this airdrop made by the same aircraft? At present, there was neither any evidence of this nor any solid reason to suspect it. After leaving Indian airspace, the aircraft made a mistake, and because of this mistake, the Indian authorities now began to suspect it. The mistake was that when it was seeking permission from the Civil Aviation Authority to enter Indian airspace, the pilot had given Cambodia as its destination as per the SOP, but in reality, it had landed in Thailand. Well, a few days later, on exactly 22 December 1995, on its return from Phuket, the same Latvian plane again sought permission to enter Indian airspace, and this time it gave Latvia as its destination, but first it had to land in Karachi for refueling. This time, all the preparations were complete. As soon as it entered Indian airspace, 2 MiG-21 fighter jets of the Indian Air Force intercepted it and ordered it to land at Mumbai airport. From here, a different story begins. For 45 minutes after landing at Mumbai airport, there was no security force or any other crew on the plane. At that time, there were a total of 8 people on board. Knowing about whom is very important to understand this case and the story of this airdrop. There was one, Kim Davy from Denmark. He had been working in community building projects around the world for the past 18 years. He had worked in Guatemala, in Russia, and to your surprise, let me tell you that he had also worked on some agricultural projects in the Purulia district of India. Yes, the same district where 4 tons of weapons were airdropped a few days ago. The second person, whose name was given as Peter Bleach, was a UK citizen. He was first a member of the UK Special Air Service Group and a soldier of an elite military unit. Later, he became a weapons dealer. But many years after the incident, it was found out that he was actually an undercover agent of the UK's MI6 agency. The third person was an Indian Singaporean national, Deepak Manikantha, and he was a follower of an organization called Ananda Marga. To your surprise, let me tell you that the head of the Ananda Marga organization was a little closer to where the weapons were airdropped. The remaining 5 people on the plane were crew members who belonged to Leto. When the plane stood at the Mumbai airport for 45 minutes, during this time, Kim Davy picked up some documents and left the airport, and after that, no trace of Davy could be found for the next several years. Immediately after Davy left, security forces surrounded the plane and arrested 7 people inside. The plane was searched and a picture of the Ananda Marga headquarters in Purulia was also found inside, and some burned documents related to weapons were also found. The case was clear. They had dropped 3 boxes loaded with weapons, but the most important question was why and who planned this mission. Peter Bleach told during the investigation that he was a weapons dealer and that Davy had given him this order to arrange a consignment of weapons from Bulgaria, and he was told that these weapons would be used by the Bangladesh military. Peter Bleach said that he had become suspicious that these weapons might be used for illegal work, and he also informed the UK intelligence agency about it, but higher officials told him to continue his work. Here the question arises that if these weapons were really to be used by the Bangladeshi military, then why did they need to airdrop them, and that too over the Indian district of Purulia? The real reason for this is still a mystery. But a BBC investigation revealed that these weapons were dropped for the Ananda Marga organization. Davy, who had escaped from the plane, later the CBI contacted Interpol to extradite him to India, and it was found that he was in Denmark. Davy told in an interview that he actually worked with the people of Ananda Marga, who were being oppressed and abused by the people of the West Bengal government, and that is why he had procured these weapons for their self-defense. Davy's interview created controversy when he revealed that in this work, the Indian Congress Prime Minister and some people from RAW helped him. According to Davy, MP Pappu Yadav and Indian Prime Minister Narasimha Rao even helped him escape from Mumbai airport and exit the country. The CBI rejected all the allegations made by Davy and said that Davy was making up this whole story out of fear of being sent back to India. In 1995, when this incident took place, the Communist Party of India (CPI) was in power in West Bengal, and the followers of the Ananda Marga organization were increasing, which was a threat to the CPI. In an interview, Davy alleged that the CPI people secretly attacked the people of Ananda Marga, and the government there used to dismiss the matter by calling it mob violence. At the same time, the central government was also unable to do anything in this matter because the attackers were never identified. This was the reason why Davy wanted to arm Ananda Marga. But how much truth is there in the statement that the Indian Prime Minister, Congress, and RAW helped him in this work? There is no evidence of this, but Davy alleged that in fact the Indian Congress wanted to dissolve the government there under the presidential order by spreading chaos in West Bengal. Davy clarified the fact that if I had been caught there, the whole truth would have come out. He was then safely escorted out of the Mumbai airport, where a black SUV was waiting for him, and from there he was given a safe exit and quietly sent to Denmark. The Calcutta High Court sentenced the arrested Peter Bleach, Deepak Manikant, and 5 group members to life imprisonment for conspiring against India. But after that, something happened that they all went missing, one by one.
The 5 Latvian group members were given Russian citizenship in prison and were pardoned and released in 2000 at Putin's request. After that, in 2004, Peter Bleach was also pardoned and released, which led to a lot of talk that he was released under pressure from the UK government. Later, a former MI5 agent, Annie Mitchell, revealed that Peter Bleach was actually an agent of MI6 and had been doing such secret commissions for them. Meanwhile, the Denmark board refused to extradite Davy, for example, hand him over to the Indian authorities. They refused because they feared that Davy would be tortured there. During the raids on Peter Bleach's property with the help of the British police, they found some papers of the arms consignment which bore the signatures of General Mohammed Shabd al-Bayan, a general in the Bangladeshi military at the time, and the boxes that were found also bore the name of a military cantonment in Bangladesh. However, the Bangladesh government distanced itself from the matter by saying that all these documents were fake. The case of dropping for tons of weapons in Purulia district remains unresolved to this day. It is still not known who was really responsible for this mission, who planned it all. Was Peter Dewey, or was he just a pawn who paid for these weapons? After committing such a big crime, why did the security forces take 45 minutes to reach the Mumbai airport when the plane was landed, and how do we manage to get out despite such security? These are all questions that have not been answered correctly for the past 30 years. I hope you will like and share this video of past empires. Thank you very much for your loving comments. I will see you in the next wonderful video.